guys, so today's video is another back to school video, and this one is how to have a productive school year. It is so important to be productive, and I know that every year I say I am going to be productive this year, but if you're a lot like me, that just doesn't happen. Except for last year, my first semester, I did some things that really made me a productive person, and I was like, wow, like I have never been this good about like actually doing my homework and getting things done. And I was in really hard classes, and I was super busy between my clubs, YouTube, and I had soccer, which means practice every single day, soccer games until like 10:30 at night. Like I had an intense semester, and so I just wrote down some things that I created habits about and just did that made me really productive. So I really hope this video helps you guys. I know that I always want to start the school year off productive, and I think that this stuff will really help you. Before we get started, I just want to say if you guys aren't following my Instagram, you definitely should. I've been doing a lot of giveaways on there, so if you want to go on there, I think you definitely should and just check it out. So with that all being said, let's just get started into the video. So I have an entire list right here, and the first thing that I think that you should do to like really be productive is to get a planner and to get a to-do list. These helped me out tremendously. So last semester I was super stressed because I was taking calculus at college, so it was a college calculus class. I was also taking English at that same college, and I was taking an event planning class, and then I took one more class, but I really can't remember what it was, and I don't know why. I don't know. I took one other class, I don't really remember. But along with that, I had soccer, like I said, which meant practice every single day, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays were game days. So I was at school from the time that school started because varsity supported JV, and we would go to their games and we would have to set up the field, and then once the games were over, which the games sometimes started around 7:30 at night, we had to take down all the nets and everything, and that's for home games. That's not including away games. Away games, you gotta travel there, all this stuff. It's exhausting. And along with that, I had a calculus class that not only had homework every night, but we had quizzes every single night. And I got in that class, I was like, how am I gonna do this with soccer, with YouTube? Like, I was trying to film at least once a week and put a video up at least once a week. So I got a planner, and it was a big one, and I wrote down anytime I had games, practices, anything, and then anytime I had quizzes, tests in the class, like times for me to study, all these things, I wrote it down and I did it. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'll do it later. Like, whenever you write it down, it almost forces you to do it. So then I would go to the notes section and say exactly what I'm gonna do that day at that time, and I made it a point to do it, and so that really helped. So it's really important to have a planner and a to-do list. The next tip that I have is to set goals. It is so important to set goals, and if you set goals, then everything else will fall into place because you have something to strive for, if that makes sense. So put the goals down in your planner, in your notebook, and just say, hey, I'm going to do this today. Like, whenever you're writing down your notes, what's the goal of the day? Like today, my goal was to get 3 videos done. That's a lot of videos, but I set that goal and I'm going to do it no matter what. It's storming outside, but I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to still do these because even though the lighting's not that great, like, I need to finish my goal. Okay, so with that being said, if you do all those things, you'll eventually get into a routine. So it's really important to have set times to do things. So I went to class, then I had a break. I did my homework during that break. I went to class again. I went to soccer practice. After practice, I sat down, I did my quizzes, then I ate dinner. Like, I got into a very easy routine, and it kind of made it easier to do things. Now, college classes are a lot more difficult to get into a routine with, just because of the fact that the classes are different every single day, and you may have 5 classes one day, but 0 the next. Like, it's kind of hard to get into a routine, but I found a way to do it throughout the week because I was taking college classes at a college. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. Okay, so the next thing I have is to work out. I found that I had way more energy and way more like want to do stuff because I was just staying active. Like right now, currently, it's summer and I've not done anything and I feel it. Like I feel lazy all the time and I feel kind of like just down and I get stressed, but working out is a really good way to get rid of all of that stress. And also, like I said, it gets you into a routine. Okay, so the next tip that I have is just to take breaks from from studying. Like, it's really easy to overwhelm yourself and just like indulge in all the stuff, but if you don't take breaks, like your mind isn't going to be able to mentally process it. So it's really important to just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to do this for an hour, and then I'm going to take a 10-20 minute break. Then you can get on your phone or just do something, read, or just literally sit there. I think it's super important to just relax. I am sorry, my dogs are going crazy. The next tip that I have, at least this helps me, is to not take naps, because I can't just take a 20-minute nap and then feel better. That will make me more tired. And if I do take a nap, it's gonna be for 3 hours. Like, I am the worst about taking a nap and then I set an alarm and I sleep through the alarm and I don't wake up until it's like, I'm not kidding, 3 to 2 hours later. It's crazy. But I'm the kind of person that sometimes I just need a nap every single day, and that's how it's been this summer. But I've realized it's because I'm not working out, I don't have a routine, and all these things, so I'm easily exhausted because I'm always doing nothing. So just try not to take naps if you can avoid it, and that way you'll sleep better at night as well. Okay, so the next tip that I have is go somewhere to study. Do not study in your dorm room or in your bed. You're not gonna get anything done. So go somewhere like Starbucks. When I need to grind on my work, I go to Starbucks and I work hard, and I find that I get more things done. So just go somewhere like a library, or even if it's outside at a table, you're just not distracted by the things inside your house and the things that need to be done, or in your dorm room where there's a comfy bed, or just by your roommates, nothing. So go somewhere, study, and get stuff done. Okay, so the next tip that I have is to listen to music. I find that listening to instrumental music really helps me focus. I can even listen to regular music, but I know some people can't do that, but it just helps me get in the mode, and it also keeps like outside noises from distracting me in other things that are going on. Like if you are at Starbucks, you can just put your music in and get to work. Okay, so the next tip that I have is to study with a friend or with somebody that's in the same class as you. It's the best if you can find people in the same class as you and study together, because they may get something that you don't and you may get something that they don't, so you can just help each other, and it also keeps you accountable to just get the stuff done because you both know that you need to get this done. So if you're studying for a test, definitely do that. That was the best thing ever for my science classes. I really struggle in science, and obviously I want an A, so I would study with my friends and I would work really, really hard to understand the material, especially before a test. I mean, 2 days before, we would constantly go to Panera and just like go, 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 go. And then the day of the test, we would get to school early and just study as much as we could. So those are all my tips to having a productive school year. I really hope that helps you guys. I know it really helped me, and I'm going to try my best to implement them in my next semester to really just like grind down on my work and be a good student and not be as stressed, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I still have time to hang out with my friends and do things that I want. So I really hope you guys liked this video, and if you guys have any other tips, leave them below and we can talk about them, and you guys can tell me which tip is your favorite. If you guys like this video, please like it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.